things over here so that taxpayers can also see and utilize it. So these are the user manuals which are there under help tab. Web-based system and bulk generation system. The videos are also there. Please have a look. Introduction to e-invoice system, IRN generation using bulk tools, process for API registration, e-invoice API sandbox portal, e-invoice online API testing tool, and developer resources. This is for the software developers. So for the taxpayers at large, these initial videos are very important. So going to the home page, we can go to the FAQs. FAQs are very important, and the government has already released the updated FAQs, which are there on the CBIC portal, Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs portal. So the legal, there are two types, legal and the procedure, you can see, and the technology part and the portal, technology portal and the software development part, APIs, API related. So both the types of FAQs are there on the e-invoice registration portal itself. So documents, you can see e-invoice, API sandbox, QR code, e-com operators. Please remember, even e-com operators who are qualifying, who are over the notified threshold, will also be a part of the this e-com this generation process. So presentations are also there. Tools. These are the bulk generation tools. Verify QR code app, which we're discussing. This is a verify QR code. So Android, iOS, it's both. It's enabled on both platforms. So we just need to enter the mobile number, and then you can submit it. You can give the OTP, which comes on your mobile number, and then you get the official QR code verify app, which is very important. We should remember to get this app so that all taxpayers at large will benefit from that. They'll have the authority that they have the proper app to confirm the authenticity of the electronic invoice that they receive in the value chain. So other important things which need to be highlighted are e-invoice enablement. This is very important. E-invoice enablement is another facility which is given by the NIC on the e-invoice registration portal, which enables the GSTINs who would have got, many of the GSTINs would have got emails and messages from GSTN by now that who are in the notified category or whose turnovers are in the last financial year over rupees 500 crores. So they would have already got the messages. So in addition to that, this e-invoice enablement form is for the self-registration of GSTINs who are above the threshold, above the notified limit and threshold, and they can go enter the GSTIN. If you enter the GSTIN, it will then you have to enter the CAPTCHA, and then you can get enrolled, provided you are above the notified threshold, for which law makes it mandatory with effect from 1st October 2020. So other important things are okay. Other very important things which are very important to be highlighted are the other facilitation that has been given by the system. That is related to GST and taxpayer search, e-invoice status, verify signed invoice. See, in which a new tag is also flashing. So this option is used to verify the signature and content of the invoice by uploading the JSON signed file. So this is another facility by which the signed invoice can be verified. Okay, and now let us see what are the products and services. HSN code. If you enter the HSN code, all the details are there. So this is also another important thing which one needs to know, which is there. And this for all the stakeholders, including the regulatory authorities and the taxation departments. So master codes is there, GST Suvidha providers, then all the names are there. These are very important. This is also very important. They are also one of the important stakeholders in the system for facilitation of the transaction on the compliances. So another important enablement which the NIC has given, National Informatics Centers of the Ministry of Information, Electronics and Information Technology of the Government of India, NIC, they have given another very important facility to the taxpayer at large, that is pin-to-pin distance. When a taxpayer or a stakeholder is generating an electronic way bill, e-way bill, then probably in some cases we may not know the distance from one place to another. So for that, what happens is that pin-to-pin distance can be taken from this. Pin-to-pin distance can be taken. So one has to enter both the pins, the destination and the sender pins, and then the system, the NIC system will calculate and provide the distance. So this is a very important thing. So translating this information to the electronic invoicing system, how will the taxpayer benefit? So in cases where the taxpayer or the stakeholder is generating an electronic invoice wherein he may not be knowing the pin-to-pin distance, postal index number to postal index number distance, then he simply has to, in the payload that he sends in the payload, in the software language it's called payload, in the payload that it sends, then they have to get, it's specified by the NIC that they have to enter 0 in the specified format. You have to enter, then the system will understand that the system has to calculate the distance and autofill it. So 00 has to be entered or as specified in the format given by the NIC. So that facility is already there in the electronic invoice system also. So these are the systems. To summarize in another a couple of minutes, that e-invoice is much larger than a PDF document. PDF document of an invoice. So it's actually much larger. E-invoice has multifold implications. It has multifold advantages. So it is not merely a PDF document, electronic PDF document. So it is having multiple aspects, standardization of fields and standards. It can be leveraged by the financial institutions, banks, for example, in sanctioning of loans. Even it can be integrated with the public procurement systems of the government. So with this, finally, I would like to give the statistics to once again bring home the point that it is very important for the major stakeholders to incorporate this, that the individual PAN-based registrants who are applicable as of now with the compulsory mandatory thresholds is around 12,500 in India, PAN-based registrants in India, and GSTINs are around 48,000 who are within the ambit of the are legally mandated to implement it with effect from 1st October 2020. Thank you very much. I would be very happy to be able to go of any assistance in clarifying any doubts. And our section, let me highlight Vadodara 1's headquarter technical section, a set of capable and very experienced officers, inspectors and superintendents who will be available to clarify any doubts. And I thank all the participants. They are very free to raise any of the queries. They can always share in the chat box. We'll get back to them in case there is any limitation of time. Okay, thank you very much. So one question has come in which they are asking that GST पोर्टल जो है वो कहाँ पे ये हमारे क्वेश्चन आया हुआ है, जिसमें कि पूछ रहे हैं कि हम जो टैक्स पेयर्स हैं हम कहाँ से ये सारे डिटेल्स ले सकते हैं. तो उनको ये हम बताना चाहेंगे कि ई इनवॉइस का सिस्टम है, ई इनवॉइस रजिस्ट्रेशन पोर्टल है जो कि ऑलरेडी लागू है, और उसमें वो लोग अपना, इस पोर्टल का मैं लिंक भी शेयर कर रहा हूँ इस पे अपने चैट विंडो में, तो उसमें अपना देखकर उसमें सारे रिसोर्सेज भी अवेलेबल हैं, वो उसमें जाके एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हैं, समझ सकते हैं, और जो भी इसके कंसर्न डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं पब्लिक डोमेन पे में हैं, तो इसका एडवांटेज लें वो पूरा का पूरा. और इसमें और समझना है कि दूसरा एक पार्टिसिपेंट का प्रश्न है कि इसमें